did Cox P.I. Episode 6, Down in 6. Sorry, it's been a while. My trusted friend and butler Herbert formulated a plan to help me find the taxi driver, who was my only hope of finding Femme Fatale. However, it was as crazy as a room full of hamsters being electrocuted. He suggested we hire a Zeppelin, fly over the city, and bungee jump down into the taxi driver's house. The next part of the plan involved having tea with the taxi driver to persuade him to reveal what he knew about the missing daughter of Vermicelli Cannelloni. It was practically suicide. If I have caffeine that late, I can never get to sleep. But I was prepared to sacrifice my REM sleep if it meant Vermicelli would stop listening to Everybody Hurts on repeat. We arrived at him and Hertler's Zeppelin Emporium, where Herbert assured me we could rent an airship. I thought he was full of hot air, but when I said that to him, he laughed and told me I was wrong. He was actually full of helium. I didn't quite get the airship joke. It went over my head. We walked into the shop, and it hurt. We then found the door and went in. Him and Hertler were behind the counter. According to Herbert, the couple moved from a small village in Austria to Dipkolopolis, when him had hopes of entering the bodybuilding business. But that didn't work out for him, or maybe he didn't work out for them. Anyway, he entered show business and made a few films about a robot sent back from the future to collect taxes. When his contract was terminated, he tried to go into politics, but due to frequent defragmentation, he wasn't corrupt enough. Finally, they went into airship rental in an attempt to keep their finances afloat.
I say, I haven't seen you two in a while. How are you?
We're very well, Herbert. And who is your friend?
Oh, this is Dick Cox. He's a private investigator.
Is he a gynecologist or a urologist?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you are a private investigator, aren't you? Oh, I do believe you've got the wrong end of the stick.
Coincidentally, that's what the urologist told me last time I went to see him with a problem.
Anyway, let's get away from this nasty misunderstanding and talk business.
Well, I believe the FTSE has fallen dramatically today, but the Dow Jones has remained fairly stable despite this. However...
No, Cox, I meant let's rent a blimp and get on with our plan.
You want to hire an airship? Oh, we're over the moon.
Do they really go that high?
Oh, goodness, no. But what would you use a Zeppelin for? I hope you aren't planning to cause mischief with one of our airships.
Well, we were thinking of bungee jumping out of one.
Oh, that would be quite a stretch. Where are you thinking of bungee jumping?
Into the house of a taxi driver that was the last person to see Femme Fatale, the girl I've been asked to find.
That is a very stupid idea. If we let you have the airship for that...
We'd get the sack.
Hey, alright then. We'll just use the airship to see if we can spot the taxi driver. Is that okay?
I suppose so, but we'll need a deposit.
That's fine.
9!
Oh, you want money? Well, at the moment, I'm a bit down on my luck. I've lost the last 8 games of Monopoly I've played.
Can't you please give us a chance?
Or even a community chest.
9! If we did, we'd go to jail and not collect our $200 in wages.
Then how'd you expect us to find the taxi driver? There must be a million taxis with a honk of your horny bumper sticker.
Honk if you're horny, you say. Sounds like a load of bull.
No, seriously, that's what it said.
It rings a bell for me. I remember it from my days trying to get into the bodybuilding business. A guy would try and sell me steroids at the gym. He was a taxi driver who had that very bumper sticker and went by the name of the taxidermist. I told him to get stuffed.
Do you think he still tries to sell steroids at that gym?
I expect so. It would be worth a try anyway. The gym was called Difficult Question.
That's a funny name for a gym.
You'll work it out eventually.
If you say so.
Well, thank you for that information, him and Hertler. With any luck, it'll be the same guy.
We hope so. And if you ever need an airship in the future, you'll know where to go.
Yeah, somewhere that doesn't have such inflated prices. Herbert and I left the shop and got back in the car. The taxidermist sounded quite a formidable character. If he was pushing steroids, he was probably very strong himself. Those things can be heavy. Still, if he was the last person to see Femme Fatale, then going to find him would be a worthwhile risk. I'd never been to a gym ever since that time I put a treadmill upside down and tried to ride it. Stupid idea. As we drove along the streets of Tupacalopolis, the weather took a turn for the worse, and it started raining LSD, ecstasy, and other psychoactive substances.